Yo, thank you for clicking and watching this video. Hopefully you enjoy this segment. If you want to stay up to date with all the releases and videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel. As well, hit the notification bell so you always get alerted whenever we're dropping something new. Until then, enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks again. What was it like trying to convince your parents, hey, look, I done been in college for, at this point, almost 4 years. I'm out. I'm doing content full time.
They would just spam no, nigga. No. And at this time, I really didn't have much to show for. I was bringing in maybe $2,500 a month. TikTok was my only income if I didn't get a brand deal. So I was maybe bringing in 2 bands a month, $2,500 a month. The income really wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I was just like I'm only trending uphill. My views are doing good. I just started doing YouTube. I finally got monetized on YouTube. So everything was trending upward. So luckily, I used that to my advantage. And once they approved that, bro, it's like everything just kind of went crazy after that. Like they approved that. I went to Canada. It was the biggest fucking thing that ever happened at that time. I posted a YouTube video and went viral. I then went to a House of Highlights. It was my first event with House of Highlights ever. Right after that, won $75,000 doing fucking go-karting. I ran go-kart and won $75K off that shit. So then everything just kind of fell into like my lap, and so I just kind of went up after that shit.
Yeah, like now we getting into early YouTube years. Obviously, I started watching you when you was just like playing 1v1 a lot.
Yeah.
At the time you came into YouTube, the 1v1 scene, 1v1 guys, park takeovers, that was pretty much that was the meta.
Yeah, it was.
Talk about like the basketball scene when you came in and like what was popping around that time, because it's changed.
Yeah, park takeover was a big thing. 1v1s, I was playing like other YouTubers and shit like that. You know, if you hopped on a 1v1, I'm gonna be real. One of the main guys that helped me pop off was Kenny Chow. The reason I say this is because he was pretty known. He was a big part of 2 Hype back in the day. He was like their cameraman, but then he developed into like a YouTuber, and he kind of had a big name. You know, he was posting videos. He was hitting 100K damn near per video. 50K was big for me when you did a YouTube video and hit 50K. I was like, okay. But Kenny was a pretty big name, and he brought me on. He played me 1v1, and I was on his channel a lot. He introduced me to Jared McCain, which was one of my biggest YouTube videos, was me playing Jared one-on-one, and everything kind of popped off after I started playing Kenny with 1v1, and then I played Flight one-on-one, played Cash Nasty one-on-one. So one-on-ones was a pretty big deal back in the day when you got a 1v1 video from a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
And then it kind of developed into park takeovers, which Friga was taking over. Obviously, Friga started the park takeovers, and then Nick Briz kind of popularized it. He was kind of like the main park takeover guy. So it was mainly them two. But they had their own teams. Friga had a team, Friga Fam. Nick Briz had a team, Savage Squad. So I started a team. I didn't really start a team. I met these guys throughout TikTok. So I had a Zone 6 crew with me, J-Dub, Jaden Bellotti, Brandon Bellotti, Ryan the Crash Dummy, and Drifty. Zone 6. We said Zone 6 because we played zone defense.
I was about to ask where the hell did
Yeah, we had 6 niggas and we played zone defense. That was the different thing we did. We ran 2-2-1 full court press into a 2-3 at a park takeover. Questionable to this day. I don't know why the fuck we did that shit.
I mean, it's content.
It was different.
It was different. Yeah,
it was different. Yeah. Did it work? Yeah. I mean, we beat niggas. I'm gonna be real. We beat niggas, but it was just like, yeah, it was kind of a big thing. That group was pretty big for about a good 4 or 5 months. We played in some big games. We played against the Hoolies, Chris White's team.
Yeah.
We played against Savage Squad. So we were pretty big. We were playing against some notable teams. And then the branding side came along. We signed the House of Highlights as a group, started getting brand deals. And once that kind of got developed, I think the natural bonding of our group went downhill, personally. Yeah. Once you involve like business and shit like that, everything kind of went downhill. It was more so business instead of just 6 guys who were all cool as fuck, gonna go hoop and shit like that. So once business came along, it went downhill after that.
Man, being a group in YouTube is one of the hardest. I ain't gonna say YouTube. I just think being in a group, period, whether it's musically, whether it's in YouTube or whatever art form you in, man, because you have to be on the same accord with however many guys, and that's very hard. Everybody's different. Some people might want their own individual success on top of team success. Some people aren't raised the same as you, so they might not take the team approach. Some people are a little bit more selfish. I think, that's one of the main reasons why, in general, groups don't last as much. I can't think of, shout out AMP, they've been doing it for a very long time, but like I can't think of too many groups RDC World, right? Like I can't think of too many groups that stand the test of time. What's some of the difficulties that you ran into? And you don't have to be specific, say no names or anything like that, because, we cool with all those guys to this day. But what was some of the things that you realized, like, wow, okay, this is a little different?
It was more so just egos. Obviously we want to do group things. Everyone's trying to branch out and do their own thing, right? You want to blow up on your own and, you know what I'm saying, make a name for yourself. I feel like some people, like most of us got caught up with, people knowing us because of our group and not individuals. So obviously, we want to build our own name. And I think egos kind of got in and, some people got featured more than others when it came to branding. And whenever a part takeover promotion happened, we're playing a team, obviously they're saying a couple names instead of all the names. And there's just little things like that kind of got in the way. And obviously maybe it got in some people's heads. But yeah, I mean, it was just, it was more so we were all really close-knit group of friends.
Yeah.
That just kind of got torn down once, I'd say, business came along.
Yeah. So. Which is always everybody's young too.
Yeah, we were all young.
You know what I'm saying? Like to expect somebody to be like the mature one, that's hard. And on top of y'all being young, nobody's experienced this yet before. Like I said, at this point in time, YouTube is not only still new, but it's uncharted waters. It's easier to be the third or fourth group so you can learn from the first and second, right? Like, so it's never easy being the first. With those things being said, obviously, YouTube is booming, nigga. Life is good.
That is true.
You start making some chicken.
Yeah.
What's the first big purchase you make, Cam?
A Kia K5. I bought a 2022 Kia K5. It was my first car I ever bought with YouTube money. Probably like a $31,000 car. I bought it. I didn't purchase in full. I didn't have it like that. But I bought my first car. It was pretty dope. Seeing what social media and what I've been grinding for a very long time can get me to. So that was probably my big purchase, first one.
That's fire. Is it your first car at the time?
No, I had a bunch of hand-me-downs that my parents gave me. But that was my first one that I bought.
How does that feel? You doing YouTube full-time, by the way, which is a dream job.
Yeah.
You make the decision to leave school, and this kind of, maybe you don't see it in that moment, but it kind of validates, like, man, damn, maybe I made the right choice. I got some chicken now. I bought the whip. Like, maybe I made the right choice. What was going through your mind at that time when you were able to do something like that?
It was dope. Obviously, I thought I made the right decision, but then it was also one of those things like, all right, I got to keep grinding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kia K5 is dope, but, like, I want these kind of cars. I want to be where these YouTubers are. And the people I was watching was So Illuminati, Flight, Cash Nasty. Those are the main three. Pretty Boy Fredo, too. But those are the main people I was really watching coming up. I wanted to be like them. Them niggas was popping out with whips. I mean, Flight had a Corvette, or Flight had a Corvette, G-Wagon. Then their Cash had some fire-ass car. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to get up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are niggas, they're kind of in my space, but kind of now I'm still looking up to them. So, it was just more so I got to keep grinding, just keep that shit going. That's all it really was.
And like I said, at the time, I was watching a lot of your videos because I was really engulfed in basketball. Yeah. And it seemed like the meta at that time wasn't coaching AAU. It was sneaking in AAU basketball games and hooping.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that chapter. And did you think it could lead to something else? Because obviously, I seen months later, you finally did a coaching video. But sneaking into AAU, that was like the first AAU idea.